یکی از معروفترین تریدرها توی ایران بروکسه که خیلی‌ها با سبکش کار میکنن و آموزشاشو تدریس کردن. خب حالا بیاید ببینیم بروکس کی بوده و چطور تریدر شده. بیاید از زبون خودش بشنویم.
Background information. I'm in the United States, and it's easy to assume everybody in the United States is rich. And I was not born rich. There were 6 of us, 4 kids and my parents, and we lived in a small house, no shower. We had a bathtub. I did not get a shower until I was in high school. And I never had new clothes. We always bought our clothes at secondhand stores. So I grew up poor, and I hated being poor, and I just decided I was not going to stay poor. My mother, back then in the 1950s and 1960s when I was young, doctors were held in very high esteem in our community. And my mother, her dream was for her son to become a priest. Because back then, every Catholic family had to have a son or daughter become a priest or a nun. I was the oldest son, and it became clear that she did not think of me as priest material. And therefore, the second best choice was to become a doctor. That was the second most honorable or prestigious thing that she could have for a son. So she decided that she wanted me to become an eye surgeon. And I don't know why she picked eye surgeon, but that's what she picked. So all my life, I grew up thinking I got to become an eye surgeon because it's the honorable thing to do. If my parents want me to do that, that's what I have to do. So I went ahead and I did everything I could to become an eye surgeon. And among the different medical specialties, eye surgery, ophthalmology, is one of the most difficult to get in. It's in part because you relatively few hours as an ophthalmologist in private practice, and you can make an incredible amount of money. So a lot of doctors in medical school want to get into eye surgery residencies. They're hard to get in. And I was fortunate and I got in. But all of the time that I was in Chicago is the home of the Chicago Board of Trade and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So commodity futures, bond futures, and the stock index futures market was there. All the time when I was in Chicago, I just kept feeling like I'm in the wrong place. I should be in the business school, or I should be downtown Chicago, trading in the pit. That's what I really want to do. I don't want to be cutting on eyeballs. I don't want to be seeing a bunch of patients. I want to be a trader. And I just so much wanted to do that. And I was afraid. I was afraid of disappointing my family. And also, I was on a path that would make me have a very good lifestyle in the United States. I'd make a lot of money as an eye surgeon, and I was afraid to give it up. Anyway, I did it for a number of years. I was a young guy. I was very aggressive. I built up a very big practice. I had 17. I was maybe 34 years old with 17 employees, which is it's really pretty remarkable. I built a surgical center. I got it approved by the United States government, Medicare. And so I had a big operation going, and I was making an incredible amount of money. I was making over $1 million a year back in the 80s. That's take-home pay. And that is a lot of money. Fortunately, I was able to save a lot of money. And I decided that I really should not be doing this. I got one life, and as much as I want to be honorable and do what my mother wants me to do, I have one life, and I want to do what I want to do. So I felt like I did what she wanted me to do for long enough, and I decided I really want to trade. I'm going to start trading, and that's what I started doing. And I picked a funny month to begin. I started trading in October of 1987, and I traded aggressively. Traded on very big volume, much more volume than I should have for a beginner. And on the day of the stock market crash in 1987, I had a very large short position. I put it on that morning, but I also had a very full surgery schedule. And I had to exit my position and go to work and do my eye surgery. And as I was driving to work, the stock market was crashing. Nobody knew how much it was crashing. I like listening to the stock market news reports, and nobody knew what the stock market was doing. Nobody knew what the price was, which was crazy. And at the end of the day, they came up with a final price. The stock market was down about 25%. had I held on to my position, I would have made $400,000 on that one day. And in today's dollars, that would be over $1 million in a single day of trading. And I decided, maybe I can do this. And I decided to.
تا اینجا متوجه شدیم که البروکس چگونه تریدر شد. حالا ببینیم سبکش و دیدش به بازار چی بوده. از دید البروکس بازار 3 تا سایکل داره. سایکل اول، بریک اوت یا اسپایک، حرکت سریع قیمت در بازی زمانی کوتاه اسپایک یا بریک اوت نامیده میشه. معمولاً از یک کندل و یا ترکیبی از چند کندل می باشد و معمولاً یک سطحی رو شکسته که اون سطح میتونه ترند لاین یا مووینگ یا یک سطح حمایتی یا مقاومتی باشه. کندل های اسپایک معمولاً بدنه بلند و سایه های کوتاهی دارند. سایکل دوم، کانال. بعد از اسپایک وارد فاز کانال میشیم. دلیل این اتفاق اینه که قیمت هنوز در حال تلاش برای رسیدن به سطح مهمه یا با اسپایک به سطح مهم برخورد کرده و سپس کانال نزولی یا صعودی ساخته میشه. به الگوهایی که بعد از اسپایک رخ میدن، تری درایو، پرچم، انواع مثلث و غیره نیز کانال گفته میشه. سایکل سوم، تریدینگ رنج. معمولاً بعد از کانال، زمانی که در روند صعودی و یا نزولی پولبک رخ داده و پولبک ها به حدی رشد میکنن که جهت خودشون را از دست میدن، روند بازار به روند رنج تبدیل شده و معامله در این روند رنج تریدینگ رنج نامیده میشه. در این حالت با نگاه کردن به نمودار قیمتی نمیتونید جهت بازار رو تشخیص بدید. در اصطلاح عامیانه در این حالت گفته میشه بازار در حال درجا زدنه. این کلیتی از سبک البروکس بود و خیلی پارامترهای دیگه و نکات دیگه در سبک البروکس وجود داره که اگه علاقه‌مندید میتونید با یک سرچ ساده آموزش‌های البروکس رو به صورت رایگان پیدا کنید و لذت ببرید.